Hello. I don't know if that intro loaded correctly for people. To me, it was like very frozen and stuff. So how did that look to all of you on screen? Because I'm wondering if there's something wrong with the internet.
It looked good to me.
Okay.
It looked good. However, it did say that live started right as the one hit for me. So I don't know if it actually did it for the intro.
Yeah, I don't know if so to me, the intro was just frozen. And then I was like, you know what? I'm still going to click go live because we need to go live.
Yeah, it did work. It didn't say that we were live until it was almost over for me.
Right. Okay. So there is something going on where my computer, for some reason, isn't just showing me things loading. Great. Great thing to find out right before you're streaming and streaming. That said, let's introduce ourselves and then we can get started on the first sprint. So take it away, Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda Newman, author of young adult and new adult fantasy books, and I'm currently working on my new urban fantasy series, Shrouded Curses.
Woo. Bree.
Hi, I'm Bree Bonomo. I have an AuthorTube channel here, and I have 2 short stories published, one with the Stygian Society and one with Havoc. And I have a forthcoming poetry, 2 poems being published in an anthology under my pen name B. Lapka. So today I'm actually working on a short story for submission for this week. So.
Oh, that's exciting. Chandra.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chandra Arthur. I am half of Flash Fiction Live, which will be live again on Sunday next week at 10. Also, we have 1,000 Words to Get Started. That's with myself and Natalie Locke. That will be out this summer. I write historical fiction, science fiction, fantasy, and of course, flash fiction.
Chantal.
I'm Chantal Gadori, and I'm the author of the upcoming release of Until the Last Page, which is excitingly my 10th novel coming out. I primarily write fantasy and romantic novels, and I'm looking forward to editing some of the last of Until the Last Page today.
Nia.
I am Nia the Vixen of Fiction all over the internet. I stream on Tuesday nights at 7:30, writing sprints. I'm also over on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the middle of the day. I publish a sweet romance, sweet and a little bit sexy romances over on my codename Penny. But I also am about to debut some short fantasy, contemporary fantasy romances under Nia James. So that's coming out at the end of March. I'm very excited. They're fun and cozy and sweet, and they are a little intro to a world that's maybe not as cozy and sweet for my bigger novels. So I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with the modern world before I introduce you to the world that was destroyed before. So that's what I'm coming up. And I write historical fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, and romance.
Cool. And if you are here for one of the other guests and you don't know who I am, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, which is publishing Chandra and Chantal. And Amanda was our amazing intern for a while, did so much good work. And then Nia also illustrated one of our books, Down the Well by Veronica King. It was, Alice in Wonderland adjacent type of vibe story. And I was very much like, hey, what if we had illustrations in it? And so then the author was like, that's super cool. And I was like, and I was thinking Nia. And then the author was even more excited. So yeah, that is me. We are going to share the first Forest Room code. It is up on screen now. If anyone would like to enter it into their phone. For a step, make sure your deep focus mode is turned off and your plant together mode is turned on. I have a little tutorial. I haven't played it in forever. I can just quickly throw it up. Yeah, it's going to mute all of us, and it's going to just be 12 seconds. It's a very short introduction to how to use that. Tap the flame icon, turn off deep focus, and turn on plant together. Tap on a darkened section of the screen. Join room and enter the code. So, like I said, very quick, but just a visual run through for some people who might need it that way. We had Veronica King, the author of Down the Well, which is illustrated by Nia, pop in on time before I even click live, say that she's going to nap because she was up very late last night. Laura and Maggie said hi through Chandra's channel. So hello, hello. I see you both. And it says we have 6 viewers. So if you haven't said hi in chat, please do. We don't bite, I promise. But let's get into our first sprint. Chrome tab, timer. The timer looks blurry to me. How is it showing to everyone on screen?
It's a little blurry, but we can see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
It's like barely blurry. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try and close some tabs during this first sprint, and hopefully that'll help. But in the meantime, in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. And the typing you're all about to hear is built into the timer, so if you don't like that, you can mute us. How did we do?
Pretty good. I didn't actually end up working on the book that stream. Instead, I was working on a paper that I have to get done by tonight.
Oh,
I'm more
Best
than
of
halfway
luck.
done with it.
Yay! That's good news. That's good.
And it's easy. It's about like analyzing movie posters.
That sounds fun.
Well, blue and orange, right? Because the contrasting colors or something.
Yeah, and like the vibe that they give off, we had to pick 2 posters and then analyze them.
Fun. I had to take my dogs out because every time I do anything writing related, they immediately need to go, even if I just took them. And that took like 15 minutes. So by the time I got back, I didn't jump into my short story edits because I also had a response from somebody else I gave feedback to, and they asked a few questions. So I'm like, let me follow up on that before I jump into my own work. So I should be ready to go in the next sprint, though.
I threatened my cat because he was threatening me, and this was pretty much an admin sprint. So I updated, stream info, posted on threads, and tidied my desk up a little bit. And then I had some other like forms to fill out and stuff. There, you should have that now. And yeah, so it was productive. I didn't do any writing stuff yet, so I think I will be working on some world building, outlining, and a timeline in World Anvil, which their new timeline stuff is everything. Charlie Dorset mentioned to me that I would really love it, and they were not wrong. Having the best time. So.
Oh, Chandra. Really?
Yes. Like, you know how it was before, and it was just
Uh-huh.
like a singular line? No. You can like move all of your, like have overlapping timelines and move them to the side so you can see them all at the same time. It is beautiful. You can create your own calendar. I'm talking, when does your year start? And so your timeline's based off of that, right? But when does your year start? How many months are there? How many days are in each month? You can set it individually. Oh, yes.
I think I found my next rabbit hole.
You're
I
welcome.
This is World Anvil.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have to research that.
It is very nice.
Well, I just worked on until the last page, just reading and just making notes and doing some stuff there. And then, like you, Bree, my dog needed to be taken outside, so ventured out into the chilly morning air. It was not fun, but
Yeah, it is brutal out there the last 2 days.
yeah. Yesterday I was working, and I work for a university where we do tours, and it was just so cold. I felt so bad for my kids. So
yeah, I'm sorry for that. I would not want to be there doing tours right now.
no, but that's what I did this sprint.
I too had to take care of my dog for the beginning part of the sprint. He also, as soon as things get started, he's like, wait, but take me out first. And then it was cold. It's been spring for like a couple days, and then the cold came last night. So he then stood at the door because he wanted a sweater because he's freezing. So I had to go get him a sweater. Then he went out. Now he's very happy and sleeping. And then I started working. I'm doing some story organization as I write the short stories and work on the magic system. It's looser in the quote unquote modern day. So I'm putting more of the pieces together. So world building and story organizing for today. And probably go run over to World Anvil immediately.
I made myself some tea, and I'd gotten my mom this mug a while ago. Too clumsy to be around fragile masculinity. And it's like my mom's biggest mug. So like good message, and also allows me to have a lot of tea at once. And then I think for sprint, I'll just work on more editing. It's always editing. It's like video editing or book editing. And you can hear my mom talking to Riley, who is my dog, because Riley's about to have a bath.
Oh, fun.
She's very much resigned to it. Like, she doesn't try and run or hide, but she'll just be like, I'm not helping you. Like, I will come a block of weight and you will just have to pick me up. And we're like, well, you're 16 pounds. We can easily carry you. It's not really the deterrent you think it is, but.
Yeah, Loki's not that thrilled when he sees the bathtub filling up. But if I turn on the shower, then he's like, okay, I'm in. He's like,
we do it as a shower with her because my mom has like in her shower, like
the hand
one. I'm like, what's it called? There's and so we do it that way. But we also put her in like a little tub so that her paws can soak in like this like brightening like shampoo, because her paws are white and they're the first thing to become not white.
Yes. I remember those days when we had our Shih Tzu and our Maltese, the whitening powder and the shampoo to help, because their fur turns like a golden yellow if you don't use it. It's like, oh, who knew that those shiny white dogs that you see on commercials have all this special hair?
I mean, Riley's hair tends to stay pretty white, like on the rest of her body, but on her paws, like those are the ones that are stepping on like the dirty sidewalk and things like that. So my mom was like, okay, we put her in that first, and then we do the rest. So, okay, let me put up the forest room for the next sprint. It is 5 Zulu Whiskey Victor 7 Yankee Sierra Golf. It is up on screen. If you entered your first forest room ever for the last sprint, what you have to do is you could click the arrow in the top right corner, or is it top left? I don't remember anymore. To get out of the current planting room, to then get back to the page where you can say enter room or join room, and then you enter the code. And, Maggie had said doing the morning chores because the sun hasn't been up for even an hour yet. That was posted 6 minutes ago, so I don't know. I don't know at what point the sun will have been up for an hour for you, Maggie, but morning chores is great. Once they're done, they're great. Bree saying what we're all thinking, that Dobby is super cute. That is the name of Chandra's cat, if anyone is wondering. And then Chandra replied, hears me talking and is like, excuse me, I'm the center of your world. Yeah,
Well, he is an orange cat, so they need to be the center of attention.
Yeah. Riley's secretly a cat and also acts like a princess, so she is very like, I am the center of your world. What are you talking about?
Yeah. When Loki was a puppy, I would stream or watch Chandra streaming a lot, and he channeled a lot of Dobby energy, so he likes to get up on the desk. I'm like, Loki, you're not a cat. Get down. He's like, but Dobby taught me so well.
He's like, I didn't know this was possible, but now I do.
Yes.
Riley is scared of heights, so she won't jump up on things, which is like pretty good. I mean, she'll jump up like on the couch or like her one chair in the living room, the one armchair, but they're like pretty low. But otherwise she doesn't jump on things, which is good.
Even Piper thinks that she's a small baby and can jump up into my lap. And I'm like, you're 40 pounds, ma'am. I love you, but this is not okay.
Like, this is not it.
And the sad thing is, she'll come over and she'll like put her paws up on me, and it's like, oh, that's so cute, that's so sweet. And then she's like, and I'm like, no.
It's like you're saying the magic words. Here I come.
You're like, no, I meant that what it currently was. This was not the green light to surpass.
Yeah, but it's the direct eye contact. You make eye contact, and she's like, oh, I'm coming up.
Here we go.
Yeah. That's the mistake. Eye contact will sink you. I closed like as many tabs as I could think to, and yet I don't think the timer got any clearer. So sorry. We're gonna start the next sprint once. Oh, I think it got clearer. Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
I feel like towards the end it was clear.
okay. Because the last time I had checked, it still wasn't. So maybe I just like didn't check at the very, very end. Okay. There we go. Hide that. Sprint 2 out of 5. If you've pre-ordered any of the titles on the timer, don't forget to also upload your receipt to the appropriate book pages on the website so that you can get the associated gifts with each one. Devil's Waltz, which comes out this Tuesday, so time is ticking. You get a character art postcard, and you will also get, if you live in the so that's for everyone. If you live in the US or Canada, we have a few of these left, so you want to claim them. An enamel pin that's like the blade from the book cover, modified, and the pin design itself is by fellow Inimitable author Veronica King. So want to get that. And then Heirs of Bone and Sea, you get character art of the two main characters. So, and then for 1,000 words to get started, you will get extra word stickers to give you even more options in the writing prompts. And for Diamond, Bright, and Broken, you get character art, which I don't have on hand with me because I'm not currently streaming at my own home. I'm streaming at my mom's. And then until the last page, you will get a character art postcard and stickers, which I have the stickers at my home and not here. So you should check out Chantel's recent cover reveal interview, because towards the end of that, we show the actual stickers. And it was a great video anyway. So yeah, but Devil's Waltz comes out this coming Tuesday, and then Heirs of Bone and Sea comes out a week from Tuesday. So you should pre-order and upload those receipts quickly so you don't forget and don't miss out. So yeah, okay. Sprint 2 about to start in 3, 2, oh, nope. In 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. How did everyone do?
Guess I can go first. I did really well as far as reading the feedback. So I'm doing a short story challenge where me and somebody else swapped prompts. So I gave her a prompt, she gave me a prompt. We wrote the stories, we swapped, we edited, or we gave feedback, and now I'm reading the feedback over. And it's one of those things where like the feedback is so good, but I know it's going to be a lot of work editing, and I have like 6 days left before I have to submit this. So I'm like, okay, where do I even start with this now? So I sent her back some questions during that sprint, and I think I'm just going to start with reading through my work again and seeing how I can apply that in the next one.
Oh, cool. And we'll go back to Amanda before we move on.
I got another page added to that paper.
Woo!
I started on actual words. I'm also like naming character sheets, so I have different races in my story. So I'm creating character sheets for like everyone in that specific race, so I can have kind of a better idea of who I still need to make character sheets for. And then I heard a little bit of a ruckus outside, so I went to check on Piper, who I'd let out, and someone's dog had gotten off leash. And she was on her runner, so she's panicking. And the other dog, she does not know how to play with dogs. She's a rescue. So, like, if we go to socialize at a dog park or a daycare or something, she will usually, like, hide from everyone. And I have to go stand in the herd of dogs to get her to even sniff anybody and just kind of try to socialize a little bit. So, yeah, she was definitely spazzing out for a second, and the other person was there trying to get their dog, and he was like, but we're having so much fun. So, and he was, rightfully concerned that my dog might bite him. I don't think she would, but when dogs are frightened, you never know how they're going to respond, and it's a strange dog, so I had to go over there and separate them. Everyone's fine. I gave her snacks and she's forgotten all about it. So glad everyone's okay. But yeah, that was the last part of my sprint.
I'm glad everyone's okay. That's what matters the most.
I actually had to focus on my dog during this sprint. My mom was going away for the weekend and some half of a week. So I'm in charge of giving my dog his medicine, and I want to make sure I know how to do everything correctly. I don't want to mess up. It's such a huge responsibility. So I was like, we need to walk through this. I need to know how to do this because I won't have time starting Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because I go off to work. So I just don't have time to learn how to do all the things that is the morning routine. So I had a very productive 20 minutes of going through all the rules and the to-dos and feeding Taryn. So it was productive in that sense. Next sprint, back to writing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. And very lucky that little line up there is Loki sleeping on his pillow. So I'm like, I get all of the time to myself, which is nice. And I checked out World Anvil. I cannot wait to start filling things in. I love it. I'm like, it's the things I do on my own. And you're always like, I wish that the platforms that I use, because World Anvil is one of the ones that I'm using. And when they got the family trees, I was just like, yes, finally. So little by little, they're adding all of the things that were like, I wish they had this and I wish they had that. And I'm like, finally. So I'm very happy. But at the moment, I have to keep organizing my stories. So organizing my characters and the families and all of that good stuff and who's in what stories, because there are a series of short stories. And so lots of that. I've written several stories, so now I have to okay, this character, I want to know what character showed up as secondaries in what stories, so I can mentally keep track of what's going on. And then so you just put it in there, like Chandra was mentioning character bios, you put them in there so that you just have track of things that they have done or said So yeah, lots of story organization right now.
I chased my dog around a little bit at the start of the sprint to help her dry off. Like after a bath shower, whatever we call it. She always like has a lot of energy. So, but if no one chases her, she'll like run around a little bit and then lie down while she's still like too wet. So my mom was like, "You want to chase her around?" So she like gets air dry, and I'm like, "Sure." So I did that, and then she like lay down and started snoozing on a towel or something. So
Nice.
did that, and then was just going reviewing something. I think I'm almost done with editing the behind the book video for the Devil's Waltz. It's a very different format than the one for the Legionnaire, and then the one for Down the Well was very long because we had a lot of clips and it was like really cool. But this is like so much shorter. So for some reason my brain was like, oh, you can just put it off. I'm like, it still needs to be done though. So like, let's do that. Let me share the Forest Room code because I typed it in and then I did not put it up on screen. That's what happened. Jessica said, I was here when the stream started, but pulled away before I could say anything. Just finished doing a few chores and am now ready to work on my casual work in progress. I asked what casual work in progress meant. It is another shorter project. I finished a new god. Yes, I remembered you saying that. And before I start the second book in the duology, I'm writing the companion story that comes after book 2, writing out of order. That's fine. For some people that works. My brain does not like it. I tried it and I wound up having to completely rewrite a multi-thousand word fight scene because I changed how the doors on the alien spaceship worked when I went back. And
I love that one simple detail changes like everything.
Oh my God, it was so frustrating. And it was like, part of me was like, why didn't you think of this before? And the other part of me was like, but you didn't. And yeah, this really changes everything. Because it changed how the start of the fight, like basically the signal that the fight was going to start, completely changes that. Also, if someone's on one side of a door and then the other, and then the way that it opens is differently, does that change whether or not the person can even be in the fight? Do I have to find a way around it? Do they then try and incorporate that into their fighting style to like trap someone behind a door and things? You know, it was just like, this is why I don't write out of order anymore. I tried it once and did not go well. But kudos to anyone who can, because I'm sure it's nice to be like, I've hit a bit of a block. You know what? I want to jump somewhere else and like work on the story. Let's see. Yay, we have lots of people in the Forest Room.
Okay.
Let me find the 20-minute mark and the timer. And we're just like moving through these, you know? We get stuff done. Third. Is that our third or fourth sprint? Shoot.
Third.
Thank you. So let me. Okay, is that the right ticker? Yeah. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday.
All right, now it just feels like the sprints are getting shorter. What happened?
I agree.
When the typing stopped, I was like, did the timer stall? No, it's over.
Sorry, I pulled away. How did everyone do?
I am. Oh, sorry, Amanda.
That's okay. The paper is done and it is submitted.
Yay!
So small victories. Hooray.
Yay!
As far as I started doing edits, I don't know how it's gonna go because it's a lot of changes. I do think I like the flow better, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know how this is gonna go. So, but yeah, that's really it. I'm just editing. Oh, I have a question for anybody to help me out. When you're in a hotel and you have your key, what do you call the panel you like swipe it over? Because now most hotels
in
are
the
like,
elevator or
no,
or
like in your
on the
room.
door?
Like, yes, like when you're like tapping your key against it now.
Is it like a keypad?
Or card
Yeah.
reader?
well,
it's not
some
like
card readers sometimes it's just
card
like a
reader, maybe.
security
Yeah,
pad.
I would assume it's not a keypad because I'm thinking the keypad would be like the actual
The
like
punching.
touch things.
I would
So
just call it the
please-
scanner or the lock. I would be like,
Yeah.
I use my card to unlock the door.
Mhm.
But a specific word, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, there
It's
has to
gotta
be a
be
word for
scanner.
this, right?
Right? It's got to be some type of scanner.
It's an
Like
RFID
scanner?
card reader.
What is it called?
RFID.
All right. Well, I'm not
No,
gonna put that.
I mean
in
that's
the story,
a
but
general that's the type of technology, but that's also like for credit cards and things like that. It's not just specific to
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would
Card.
call it key reader. Like if you said key reader or card reader, I would, and you're unlocking the door with it,
Mhm.
I would know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's going to be more widely understood than the actual technical
Yes.
term.
Well, and I didn't really want the technical term, but I'm just like, what do you call that now? Because I'm like, it is a keyless entry, but I'm
okay,
like,
so I googled it and they're calling it a key card, like without a space, but then other you put it with the space, and some weird people capitalize key card,
Okay,
but that's
so-
like not the name of a brand, and it's
Yeah.
also not so
I would just say like something along the
So-
lines of key card on the door panel.
yeah,
And
I was
I
even
mean,
thinking key card reader, like just combine all the suggestions.
yeah, I'm seeing key card reader in some
Yep.
instances, so I do think that's like the most
Okay. I
complete.
think we're gonna go with that because it's like so simple, but I'm like, I don't want people to come at me and be like, why did you call it this? Like it's not a key.
Technically, it's this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
We will all back you up. You send us
I mean,
to those
if you
comments.
want-
I mean, they are called key cards. They
Yeah.
are.
Well, I know,
called
yeah, I
key
know that, and that was the other confusing thing too. I'm like, because I have a key card, but is it the same? Are they both the same? Like, is the reader the same thing? Because technology,
No, the
is
key
confusing.
card and then the key card reader.
Okay, I'm just gonna call it, key card reader. Okay, thank you guys.
I say, as a person who lived in an apartment that was our form of keyless entry,
Mm-hmm.
I say that this is the correct way, and I am an expert.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I use
somebody
it
who
for my
worked-
job too, and so like every time we have to get in the building, like we have those, but I'm like, but I don't refer to them as anything.
No, because that's badge access.
Yes.
Yeah, that's bad, Jack. That is bad, and that's different.
So it's like yeah. So like I'm like I don't even know. Like I just do these things. I just live in
The
this world.
technology is the same. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, if you wear it on a lanyard and you extend it, or you like clip it to your pants and then you like just bump up
Yeah.
against it, it's the same technology, but
It's just when you have
you
to
call
actually
it a
describe
badge,
it, and you're
yeah.
like, I've never described this technology in my life.
I think that's something where language is behind the technology.
I agree.
We don't
It
have an actual term for that, and
I feel like some people be like, oh, just the scanner or the reader, and like
Yeah.
people who like know scanning as like, you know, with the paper, and they're like, what? And it's like, yeah, never mind. It's that thing.
I mean, I worked in a hotel in security for like 6 years, and we just called it a door lock or a key card reader.
Yeah. Okay. Key card reader it is. That is what
Card
we're calling
reader
it.
wins out, but yeah.
All right.
So if you want to be technical, like that's what we were calling it.
Yeah. No,
Like they came over the radio. Oh, can you go help this guest with their door lock?
Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
I mean, essentially, it is a door lock, so it's not
Mhm.
wrong, but
Yeah.
It's just got to speak up. You're an expert too.
Yeah.
I do not feel like an expert 99% of the time.
I don't feel like most people do.
I was gonna say, I know the people who say I'm an expert, I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit concerned about.
And I also just didn't want to like interrupt anybody.
Oh no, this is a group
Interrupt.
of people that you can interrupt.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, thank you guys for brainstorming.
okay, let me put up the code for the next one while people continue going.
Yeah, so that did not go well. I have written precisely 174 words between last sprint and this sprint. And of those 174 words, I have some of them that are like, I didn't delete them from my document, but I did strike through them because I'm like, I don't like it. And I'm trying to start the story at the beginning and send help. I don't know.
You're trying to start the story at the beginning versus like starting in the middle, like in the middle of a scene or something, or
Yeah, well, I don't even really know. I've been trying to write this book. Well, it started as a book for like 12 years. And I have approached it so many times and done so much world building. I know the characters, but I just can't just like launch. I don't know.
what's the story supposed to be about?
So it's an epic fantasy. There's a lot of moving parts, but think kind of Game of Thronesy is as far as scale.
Okay.
And so there's a few different stories happening at the same time, but I'm trying to go back to the character who kind of starts it all. She isn't the oldest character, but she was an oracle. And so like she has seen bits and pieces of everything that's going to happen, that has happened or whatever. But at this point, so it starts with her being like 12 years old. But at the time the rest of like the big story starts, she's actually like over 1,000 years old. And why did I do this to myself?
Can I tell you something that I've done? I've had to do this with my dystopia. Mind you, none of my stories are finished, so take that with a grain of salt. But when I have characters or particular parts of the story like that, I literally separate that and write that story.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
So
say
you might need to write her story.
That's what I'm trying to do now, because I wrote another book, but it's like much later and the timeline was wonky, so I was like, I need to go back further to set this up. So her story is the one that kicks everything off and sets it up. But I guess I'm struggling with the voice of this book. And it's hard because how do you write
like the voice of the character or the voice of the book?
The voice of the book, because
Can you not write it in the voice of the character and worry about the voice of the book in editing? Like it works on the page?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But also she starts out, I'm trying to figure out, so she's, at one point in time, she's 12 years old. At another point, she's like over 1,000 years old. So getting that.
Blending.
Yes, like, blending that together. It's like
blending that voice. So because she's starting what we would consider would be middle grade. And then are you maybe taking her through that YA stage and then maybe but you want one story. You don't want to write a middle grade. You don't want to then write a new adult and then write,
right.
an adult. You just want it to be one cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in her head for all this?
Yes. Well, and so that was what I was trying to figure out. Should she be over 1,000 years old and she's remembering stuff?
I think so.
I
that
think
might be the way
so.
to go.
Keep it as, yeah.
Because if you're trying to tell it present day, it is going to sound, the voice is going to change because she's going to grow up. So it might start out sounding middle gradish because that's how she's speaking. But if you want it to sound adult and just be an adult fantasy, just have her reminiscing. That way, when you fall into those parts where she sounds like a child, it feels natural. Because then you're pulling back, and then she can almost be the narrator of her own story.
Okay.
Exactly.
We strike through again and start over.
Yeah. You got this, Chandra.
We believe in you.
Thanks.
Well, I ventured back into chapter 5. That's where I am at, and I don't know. There's still times where I'm still so surprised by what I'm writing. I don't know if anyone else ever feels that way when they're reading back what they're writing. And I also must say it is definitely Zara's editing that's definitely helped it be what it is. Like, hands down, I won't take credit, but it's still just so surprising when I'm reading this, going like, I wrote this book. Wow, like I had this dialogue. Is this mine or was this edited? So I'm going.
Me editing was like, we're gonna just like tighten this up. It wasn't like me changing what was already there. It was being like, okay, like we're gonna tighten this up. Or, hey, you know what? As someone who comes from a family of lawyers, and as you know, the fact that your main character knows the story of Rumpelstiltskin before entering into negotiations with Rumpelstiltskin, I think she wants things spelled out a bit more before she's like, yeah, or lets anyone else inadvisably go, yeah. She's gonna be like, no, wait, let's have this more detailed before we do anything.
Yeah.
This is already a fool's deal, but let's like not make it worse for ourselves.
Right. So that I'm just in the woods right now, trying to get to a witch's gingerbread house, and and she's smelling waffle cones right now, and I'm like, dang, a waffle sounds really good right now. That's what I want.
Yeah, she's smelling waffle cones, and he's smelling some type of cake.
Yeah,
right?
sponge cake.
Should I come to Waffle House after this?
I had pancakes this morning. I didn't have waffles, so not quite.
I'm having brunch lunch after this. So now, like literally, as y'all are speaking, my stomach did that gurgle thing, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I have not eaten breakfast, and reading this is making me really regret my decision. But that's
no, okay. but you're in Joe, and you know you're in her mind because she also hasn't eaten for a while.
It's perfect.
I got another family tree put together. So I made a family tree for them, put a little poster of all the characters for them, and now moving on to the next family. If I get to my Ethereal Falls, I'll show you guys. But right now I'm working on I call it Codename Penny is what we call my pen name stuff. So I'm working on that right now.
Cool. I have finally started like the book text editing for the day. I only have a few more chapters of this book, and then I can send it back to the author. It's just things kept popping up, like in real life, that kept delaying me finishing this. And every time I'm like, I'm gonna finish it, it would be like, oh, no. And so I'm now I don't say that. I'm just like, I'm just gonna work on it, and it's been happening, so that's all I can do. Chandra has ice cream in the freezer. I do, as my mom has ice cream for me in her freezer, which is the dangerous thing. So maybe I'll have one during the next sprint. But yeah, let's start our second to last sprint. And you can tell I've been watching a lot of Avatar content lately because the live action came out and I watched it all. And then I found out that the original voice actor of Toph has been going through and reacting to all the original episodes, which is very exciting, but also takes a lot. Like they're each. Yeah, no, don't worry. The 6 Papa Yankee Bravo Hotel November Alpha Sierra Golf.
Yes. Okay. I don't know why I did 6 BP. Like the word, sometimes the letters just say, we're going here. And I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah. So I watched a live action. I have thoughts if anyone is interested, but not now. In 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone.
These are getting shorter.
I'm just gonna keep working till Zara says something.
I mean, I'm here. I'm sorry, but they are getting so short. They feel like 10 minutes now. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, that's funny.
I also don't know that I put up a ticker for that sprint. Whoops. I think I meant to, but I don't know that I did.
Ever since the conversation about food, I'm also like really hungry now.
Yeah. I've been hungry since Waffle House was mentioned.
I haven't been to a Waffle House since I was probably a teenager.
Yeah, I haven't been in years, and I'm just like, all of a sudden, I need to go to Waffle House, and that's not even something that I like regularly ate at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been to one. No, maybe I've been to two, but like not in a while.
It's also not a place that I usually go like during the day when there is sunshine.
I thought you were going to say when there were witnesses. That's going to be
Also that, yes.
Waffle House, a lot of times, especially around here, I'm in the South, so I'm in North Carolina. The Waffle House, though it's frequented all day, is a place where it's like 2 a.m. You're leaving your friend's house and you're hungry. Waffle House, let's go do that.
Our Waffle Houses are also a little sus, and they tend to be on the news for some reason often.
Yes.
It's like something always goes down at the Waffle House.
They stay open too late, I'm telling you.
Well, I think that is the problem.
Yeah.
There's a post where they had opened a new Waffle House. And I don't think it's too terribly far from where I am. And everyone was like, I'm not going to eat there. It looks too clean, and it looks like nobody who works there has a record, so I do not trust the food. And I was like, if that's not accurate, I don't know what is.
I feel like that's accurate for like the restaurant chain industry in general, because I worked at a Perkins. I don't know if you guys have them where you're at, but very similar. Like, I think I was the only one without a record.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nobody like begrudges you that. It's just like they know you're not going to stay there, but they will. But also some of the like sweetest people who will just look out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like extremes. I feel like either like everyone hated everyone and they wanted to fight everyone who worked there, or they would have your back and stick up for you. There was no in between. It was like one extreme.
But it could also be like both, where it's like, oh yeah, I hate you, but the moment a rude customer comes in, it's like, no. Like only I can insult my coworker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like siblings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's something about that. Like sometimes the shadier the place looks, the better the food tastes. Like our church's chickens and our Popeyes, that's like they're always packed. Everybody wants to go there, but you're like, the people that work there, it's okay. Just make the food. It's just give me my food. It's fine. And
be respectful, and all will be well.
Yep. The same thing. The best Chinese food takeout is the most sus place, and it's like our little secret. Like we just know the food is so good. Every time I get from there, and people are like, "Where is this place?" I'm like, we don't
have to talk about that.
They know what they're doing.
Yep.
When you ask for spicy, they know exactly what you want. It's like.
I don't even think we got into how we did.
We did not.
We're hungry.
We're hungry, and this is where we're at.
I was just thinking, I'm like, time for the next sprint. I'm like, wait a second, do we even talk about anything?
We did not. That's okay.
Writers talking about food. It's a thing.
Yes, it is. Amanda, do you want to jump in?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just spaced out for a second. It's pretty good. Now your characters are discussing who their next mark is going to be.
Fun. Well, funny enough, my main character in the short story's name is Amanda. So when I said Amanda, I was just like, wait, is that actually your name or am I just getting confused?
You're like, am I merging the two worlds? What is reality?
Yes, which was not, obviously I've been working on this story for already a week and I'm like, didn't even click that I'd be on screen with an Amanda today. But yeah, so I'm working on changing everything to third person now and trying to tighten up my sentences, make them more punchy, make them more active instead of passive. That's pretty much it. I cut out like 200 words so far, which is nice. The high limit is 2,000, so any words I can save is better.
I went in and I'd actually written some flash fiction for this part of the project. So I got a few words in and then found a spot where one of the flashes I had already written just slides right into the story. And so yes, we're excited about that. And it is already going so much smoother just using the Oracle's elder voice and letting her sprinkle in tidbits as she will. So it's fun because she's also a ghost. So I've never had a main character be a ghost before, and yeah, I think it's fun.
Nice. And is this adult genre?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just read I don't want to give it away because it is technically a twist, but the twist ended up being it was like that they were a ghost, and I was like, oh, I haven't read that in a while, but it was middle grade, not adult, so potentially won't really work as a comp for you.
Puppy.
Well, I went and got a snack because I made myself hungry. And I'm so sorry about the waffle. I'm so sorry. And then I went back to editing. But yeah, that's all I did. Ate some snacks and did some editing work.
Yeah. I continuing to organize my story and work on the organizing my families and what stories people are going to appear in. So, yeah, more of that.
I did some more editing. But yeah, I feel like these are going by so fast. I don't know what's happening. 93 words and a lot of fighting with my brain. Been there. You have my sympathies and my empathy. And then me being like, I hate you, but I will fight for you. When I was saying that, like the moment a rude customer comes in, it's like, no, you can't shit on them. Only no.
Yeah.
So this is the code for our final sprint. People are in. Do we want to make it like a full 25-minute sprint?
I'm here for it.
It's only
This
going to
is
be 5 more minutes than what they have been because I was worried about time or whatever. But then we've all done 20 minutes are not the short.
Yeah, I've got till 12, so that'll work. So yeah.
Okay, great. Let's do the full 25 minutes. So let me update the Forest app to match. And tickers, let's add this, hide that. Final sprint, please donate to the company. Unless you haven't bought the books, in which case those should be done first. That should be done first. And happy productivity, everyone, in 3, 2, 1. Mom, can you turn that down, or should I put headphones in? I just can hear that very loudly. Sorry, I don't. My mom was watching something else. Anywho, how did everyone do that final sprint?
Good. I've almost finished the chapter that I'm on.
Awesome.
I also did pretty well. I am about, I don't know, maybe I'm over the halfway point. I think I'm starting to get into a good flow. I'm pretty much like what I think I'm just going to do this first time is just really changing up like the switching from POVs from first to third and then like cleaning it up. And then if I need to add anything to bulk it up, I will, because I added a little bit more words back and I'm at 1800. So overall, feeling good. Very grateful for these sprints today.
I got about 393 words. I'm on the second chapter, and I think I have a rhythm as well, just some direction. And I'm enjoying an unreliable narrator, but I also find it very funny catching myself writing, I guess it would be cliches that you just kind of throw in when you're drafting and you're like, this indicates that there's some kind of physical response to a situation. And it's like, wait, this is a ghost. She does not have a spine.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, she did at one point, so that one you might be
And
able to
no
get away with. Yeah.
Muscle memory there with her spine.
Well, I just got through a bit of more of the chapter, which was really good. And I actually had that moment of, oh gosh, the timer went and I was still knee deep in it. So I had to jolt myself out of the scene and come back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
And I am like 2 characters away from finishing the bios for the third family that I'm working on. So it's coming right along. And the fun thing about when you're doing this is you start thinking about each character's story. And so it's like sparking all of the, imaginations. So I'm having fun.
Cool. I took an unexpectedly long time to rewrite a book description. It was just like tweaking it and fine-tuning certain things. But I'm very happy with the final version that I've landed on. So now I just have to send it to an author and be like, yes, you good? What do you think? I did not expect it to take the whole time though. So productive. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jessica got 363 words for that sprint, killing it. Veronica King came back, listened to an audiobook, and worked more on the puppets for the girls. We were going to make cardboard puppet theater later. And then Jessica rightly said, that sounds like so much fun. And Brie also commented in chat, so cute. And Jessica said, my laptop is getting a little warm, so I think I'm going to save any more writing for later. Maybe I'll switch to the PC and play games. Back on my Stardew kick. You should talk to Veronica, because Veronica King does Stardew Valley and other cute games. And other games as well, but like that's the one that normally comes to mind.
Is there a Stardew group? Because I would definitely, haven't played Stardew in a while. I would definitely be into that.
I don't know if there is one, but I guess that's the request. Start it. So
Y'all let me know.
hit Chandra up. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yes, we do.
Starve. I've done Don't Starve.
We should absolutely do that. I would love that.
I'm not good at it. I don't play it very often. I only play it when I'm with someone who plays it. So
Can we do like an author Don't Starve? Because I still I have it. It's bought and I've never played it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I have it too. I haven't played it yet.
I
Okay,
tried once and my husband quit on me. So that was like a 20-minute endeavor and then I never played again.
Yeah,
No,
I think
really
I
good. I
watched
need
some
to
other people play, and I'm like, yeah, I would die. I would not be helpful.
I need to get it so that I can play it in a group with people or something.
I can definitely host one sometime. I think I'm pretty good, but there's some things that you just can't do it alone. I feel like Phil McKelly simply cannot do it alone.
Spouses and partners are welcome because I know that Veronica's partner is very helpful when we played. I was like, I'll just do what you both more experienced people do.
Yeah.
But it was like very clear that like Veronica could not do it all while I was just like providing support. So like both of them like know their stuff and it was a good system. And it was just like, oh, we have another set of hands. Awesome. Also someone who could potentially like mess up. So like, oh.
I mean, it's fine as long as you don't light anything on fire that's not supposed to be.
I mean, I didn't, but it was.
Yes, she does have duct tape. I played a few of them. Abigail, honestly, is really good if you want to play by yourself because she has her sister with Abigail's flower. And so if you're not much into like fighting, then Abigail's flower can, like, you can summon her sister who can do a lot of fighting for you. There's still some things that will absolutely kill her, but she can kind of bolster you, especially when the hounds come and all that good stuff. So, yeah,
Okay.
Abigail's pretty great.
Okay, so I think we're gonna be doing like chat or something to make this happen. But for now, we have 5 minutes until the top of the hour. So let's do our outros. So maybe people can have a few minutes of like rest from screens if they're jumping to another stream or to something else. So starting with Amanda. The real one, not the fictional one that Bree is writing.
It's been so long I forgot how to even do my outro.
It's okay. No pressure. Genuinely. Just remind people who you are. It can be the same as the show. That's basically what I do.
Okay. So I'm Amanda N. Newman, indie author of young adult and new adult fantasy. The first book in my new series, Shrouded Guard, comes out April 23rd. I should have mentioned that in the beginning, but it slipped my mind. And thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being here.
I am Brie Bonomo, author-tuber/booktuber here on the platform, and I currently have 2 short stories out, and I have a forthcoming 2 poems in an anthology from Beyond the Veil Press. I don't have a release date for that yet, but if you're ever interested, I'm active on YouTube and on Instagram.
Thank you for being here.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chandra Arthur. I am half of Flash Fiction Live, as well as Natalie Locke, which together we have 1,000 Words to Get Started coming out this summer. You can pre-order it now on the Inimitable Books website, and there are links on my website and Natalie's website as well. We also have Flash Fiction Live, which will be back on Sunday of next week at 10 a.m. So be sure to follow both of us for links to that. And we'll be doing writing sprints as well as prompts and challenges. When you pre-order 1,000 Words to Get Started, don't forget, as Sarah said, to register that because it'll get you an extra sheet of word stickers. So if you like challenges and prompts and stickers, and Dobby, you should order 1,000 words to get started because he will get more treats if you order the book. He'll get treats anyway, but still.
More treats.
More treats.
So I'm Chantal Gadori. I am the author of Until the Last Page, which is coming out August 6th this summer, which is super exciting. If you pre-order, you also get some character art and some wonderful character stickers. So make sure, again, to submit your receipts so that you can decorate your mugs, your cups, your summer things that you're going to want to carry around. And if you're looking for a good book to take with you to whatever vacation destination just in time at the end of August, then it's going to be the perfect time to have that. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's Chantal and then _Gadori. And you can also find me on TikTok. I love making little character videos to obviously promote Until the Last Page. So if you'd like to see me get all dressed up and be kind of embarrassing, it's just a fun place to be.
It's so cute. It's so cute. I love the recent-ish one that you did about like the soup.
Oh yeah, soup.
If you were my true love, I'd drink it or I'd eat it. It's very funny.
So be sure to follow me.
Yes.
And I am Nia, the Vixen of Fiction, all over the internet. This is Loki. Someone has showed up because it is brunch time. So I am on YouTube on 7:30 on Tuesday nights Eastern. You can catch me there. I'm also on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the middle of the day, so you can catch me there. I host Writers React, where next month, we're quarterly, so next month, don't growl at people. Go see people. Go see people. Nope, he's determined. I host Writers React, so we'll be on next month, and I host Scripting the Book, where we talk about books that have been made into movies. I know, they're here. And coming up, if anybody is interested in joining us, we are going to be doing, oh gosh, what are we doing? We're doing Holes, we are doing Percy Jackson, the series, and we are going to do Bridgerton in June. So if any of those interest you, follow me. I'm going to
Bridgerton.
Yes.
Put me down for Bridgerton. And if you have made it this far, my name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, which is publishing both Chandra and Chantal and has published other people. This coming Tuesday, we have The Devil's Waltz by Jesse Elliott coming out. Be sure to pre-order before time runs out and upload your receipt so that you can get this awesome enamel pin while supplies last if you live in the US or Canada, in addition to character art that everyone will be getting. So international pre-orders will get that as well. And this was designed by Veronica King, who is the author of Down the Well, who was in chat. And then the following Tuesday, we have Heirs of Bone and Sea coming out by Kay Adams. And the pre-order incentive for that is character art of the two main characters. Tangled with like moon magic and necromancy and sapphic romance and enemies to lovers and what's not to like. So thank you to everyone who is here, and I will be, this is the last stream of the month for productivity. I am streaming tomorrow for a workshop / tutorial on Scrivener with Veronica King on screen, as well as Kate Kavanaugh from the AuthorTube community, because there are lots of fun tips and tricks with the software that I think more people should know about. So there's that, and I hope to see as many of you in the chat there as possible. Thank you, everyone. Bye.